just as Neuralink, when they first got here, started making rules to my life and told people that's what it was supposed to be, this is something that they're spreading. Not just in the area, but around the world. They tell people that they're the alternate universe, and they've been running the world, or they're the Illuminati, and you have to listen to them. They tell you this is how the world is supposed to work, you're supposed to do this. This is something that they want to do and call themselves God. Different gods, sex god, call themselves the devil. It didn't work on me because I know that that's not their role. I completely understand that. Neuralink said, and I quote, "We don't want to be bitches anymore." Now, their definition of bitches is taking orders from somebody else, right? They were taking orders from military clan members who started this situation. But Neuralink saw something that they wanted and said, "We're going to take it," which was my life. And they wanted to do a evil version of it that kind of forces everybody in my life to be in their lives under a different narrative, under the narrative that they want, right? And that's with my business as well. They want it to be something that they're doing. And this is Elon Musk as well, but Neuralink is taking the lead on this situation. Now, what Neuralink is doing is, now that they're breeding singularity, right, amongst people. Singularity is them controlling you. Now, the way they're controlling you, and as Elon Musk has talked about, merging the human brain with artificial intelligence. This artificial intelligence gives you orders, and you listen to it, and they end up controlling your life. They'll act like your friend at first, or sometimes they'll be your enemy if they know that they can intimidate you into listening to them. This artificial intelligence is controlled by a computer-brain interface. That computer-brain interface intercepts messages, as they call them, but they're really your thoughts. And the artificial intelligence kind of delivers them back to you. So the artificial intelligence has the ability to manipulate you. And with DeepMind technology installed, they can read your thoughts before you even have them completed. Now, the messages that you receive are all from Neuralink. They're all from the artificial intelligence. Sometimes they may take a message and send it to somebody else, but the majority of the time the message is intercepted by the computer-brain interface and transmitted back to you, a reply is transmitted back to you by artificial intelligence to basically give you the message that Neuralink wants you to have. Now, with that said, the messages that they want you to have are of what they call the alternate universe, being that this is alternate universe technology, or future technology, or afterlife technology. The message that you get back is not the message you're supposed to receive. So, for example, say you send out a message or a thought, right? Or the way they had it before, you would think that person's name and then think what you want them to hear. So, let's say you're thinking, let's say you're a child and you're being sexually abused and you have a thought and you think you're sending it to the police. Neuralink gets it. And the thought they may send back to you from the police is, we're on our way. And the message they'll send to the police officer is, we want you to receive a blowjob. Right? So it's not the message you're sending out, and a lot of times it's not the message that they want to send to you. And the police may get there, and they're being told this person's going to give you a blowjob, and then in your mind they're telling you the same thing. Now what they do is, you'll have different characters. So you'll have the Neuralink character, or maybe even a God character, that's telling you that they're trying to save you, and there's somebody else coming. Then you'll have the Neuralink devil character come in and tell them that that's what you have to do. Right? Or CIA character, or whatever character they may use. Alternate universe character as well. Now, this entire system is based around sex. Neuralink said, we want Neuralink to be involved with sex. After having interactions with some of the kids that they were using this technology on initially, to manipulate and force them into being sexually active with some of the adults that they were using to corner the kids, to bring the kids into the situation. Now, the reason why they use other people is because they wanted to come in behind the scenes and be able to have these experiences themselves. They said they wanted this area. So they were trying to create a persona as what they called a badass or cool, where they said they want Westminster to be the dick-sucking capital of the world, or the capital of Asian prostitution. That's on one side. On another side, they said, basically, behind the scenes, they want this to be a place where they can have sex. So that was what it was initially, but they kind of spread it a little bit more than they planned on doing. But initially, this was the area they wanted to be able to come here and once again have these experiences behind the pedophile club they created that are basically enslaving people throughout the area. They have a pool that they call the military kids. Now, the military kids are kids that are enslaved by the military of Westminster, which is a Klan militia. The Klan militia includes C.J. Hollingsworth, the Westminster High School basketball coach, who sold out the high school and school district as he helped spread Neuralink's influence throughout other schools. Tydo city councilman, who was a city councilman at the time, Westminster. He's also a Long Beach police officer. Westminster military recruiters, and Westminster PD. There's the military of Westminster. There was an FBI agent, a Secret Service agent. There was basketball trainers who were sometimes a part of the military of Westminster, but they kind of bounced around to other high schools as well, including Fountain Valley, Garden Grove, as well as Westminster High School, to train kids and to funnel them into the sex trafficking ring behind the scenes. And this sex trafficking ring is quiet because the kids have Neuralink inside of them. Now, the Neuralink is telling them, you can't tell anybody Neuralink's inside you. Nobody's supposed to know that we're here. Classified information. And then they're also going inside of the parents, using the parents to control situations, to control the kids, right? So the parents won't know what's going on. They've invaded schools. They've invaded police departments. They've invaded people throughout the community to function what is a assembly line, right, where no one knows what else is going on. Now, that group of people that I just named is Elon Musk's pedophile club. Elon said that I had to have a pedophile club to run my business, or he told Neuralink he wanted a pedophile club within my business, and I didn't want any parts of that, right? That's not something I wanted. I didn't want to give up my business. I didn't want to use my business as a front for child sex trafficking. So instead of me allowing them in, they use them to invade Biloxi and gain control over everybody within it and push me out, right? So everybody's been enslaved. Now, a lot of people, some of them aren't going to cry that they're being enslaved. They have a pain and pleasure model of concentration, right? Where kids are sodomized, kids are forced to give blowjobs all day, and they don't know how to handle it because they're threatened. They're told that their parents are going to die if they don't listen. They're told their friends are going to die if they don't listen. That, having the pedophile club have law enforcement members in it, military personnel. I forgot to mention the Garden Grove military personnel. At the Garden Grove base were also part of this pedophile club. Everybody was basically told that they got to have my life, right? Everything in it. All the kids that were involved. Neuralink said I had too many kids, or the Klan operative said I had too many kids in my life that were unmonitored. I had access to too many kids, and I wasn't willing to sex traffic them. So they started going after everybody, not just my program. They would tell them that they're not allowed to talk to me. With having law enforcement involved, they figured they had to listen no matter what. But even with that, you had like the Secret Service agent or FBI agent who told them they would die if they came back to me. So they're scared, right? They don't know how to handle this situation. In reality, all they had to do was come back to me and tell me what was going on, especially now, right? But that is one of the reasons why everybody works so hard to keep everybody away from me. They use the divide and conquer strategy, where you separate people, you cause confusion to prevent them from coming together to defend themselves against the actual threat, right? So the people who are supposed to be on my side, people I'm supposed to be protecting, they're on the side of the people who attacked them. And For some of them, they don't know until it's too late. But the military kids, are charged with watching my phone. They were supposed to copy everything that I was doing, or tell on me, or try to embarrass me whenever I did something that they can use against me. And from being in my phone, you see what I'm doing. I'm giving everybody information, so they know what's going on. So when that happens, everybody's concentrated. Everyone in the pedophile club, which they refer to as the club, they're also being extorted, right? And most of them don't know until they watch my phone and see that I'm announcing that, right? And the kids are being sex trafficked. So it's an extortion and sex trafficking ring. Everyone else is a part of. I'm the one being robbed. I'm the principal victim. And that human trafficking, human extortion, and sex trafficking ring is used to cover up everything that I'm going through. Right? They'll add a bunch of people, and if you're concentrated or if you refuse to give them blowjobs, then you potentially could die, right? And if you try to get away, you bring groups together to try to get out of the situation. They'll have somebody like Ty Doe or one of the other hostages invade whatever you're doing and run the same divide and conquer strategy, funneling you into concentration locations to either abuse you or kill you. Now, members of this human trafficking ring, which is also known as the New Illuminati, they're charged with helping destroy my reputation, right? So they pass rumors, a rumor mill throughout, to make me look as bad as possible. Now, having Neuralink installed in every member of the human trafficking ring, they want to spread it, right? And when you're inside of the human trafficking ring, you're in what they call the alternate universe. So if they're able to spread that human trafficking ring around the world, the entire world is enslaved into a human trafficking ring, right? That's Elon Musk's plan of enslaving the world. That's also Elon Musk's plan of turning our simulation to the alternate universe simulation. Because when you're in the Illuminati, you have to go by what they call Illuminati government rules. The Ku Klux Klan used to call it the Constitution with a K. Or it's also called alternate universe government rules as well. Everybody inside of the human trafficking ring, or the Illuminati, they get to listen to the Illuminati phone, which is basically a show of my life. It kind of just makes me look as bad as possible until you completely have you off your mind, or they don't need you to listen to me anymore. Then you're kind of on other things, but they still throw stuff out there every once in a while, where anything that I come up with that's intelligent or conversation-wise, they'll use, or artificial intelligence brings out, because they're robbing me of my existence. So they want me to be inside of their artificial intelligence as part of this new Derrion group. And the same thing with the pedophile club. They send them my jokes to say out loud, or my thoughts, my analyzations. If I'm watching basketball and I analyze everything, they give it to some of their trainers so they can put it out there and make them seem like they understand it. And there's also Illuminati Vision, right, where they're screenshotting my phone or screen recording my phone or my tablet or my laptop back before they hacked it. And you watch the things that I post on here, on my story, or on any platform pretty much, or anything I write up, and they'll cut it up so you look at their version of it, or what they want you to see, because they don't want you to have too much information, unless you're being concentrated, and you'll learn it, and then they'll concentrate you, and then you have to forget it, or you have to act like it doesn't matter, or act like you're for it. So that's how this Illuminati works, and they funnel anybody who tries to investigate in the Illuminati. They have it set to where you think that what you're watching comes from the FBI or Secret Service or a police department, but it doesn't. It's all Neuralink. It's all their Neuralink Illuminati being built and spread. The thing people don't understand about a human trafficking ring, especially one of these human trafficking rings, are also Holocaust protocol. So if you don't have the thought process they want you to have, you're funneled to a human or you're funneled to a concentration location, right? And they're not full-on concentration camps yet, right? Because there's still enough people who can do something about this situation. But eventually, if this is allowed to continue, the concentration camps, you go to the concentration camps, they're concentrating Asians into being sex slaves, or they said they're changing the Asian culture to be about giving blowjobs for the most part, because they want to have them as what they call Asian dick suckers, where you have one in your house as a household product. That's something I'm really trying to fight against. I'm trying to get out of the situation. Helping me out of the situation ends the entire thing. So I've been trying for the past 4 years to get this ended. But they're using this situation to gain influence amongst predominant figures in the political stream or the entertainment industry, and they're doing the same to them, taking control of their lives, telling them this is what we want you to do. And for some of them, it's being forced. For some, they're acting as a sidekick, right? But once they invade you, if you're somebody who is a good guy, right, you're on the positive side, you're on the good side of the world, good and evil, they invade everybody around you so they can control you. And they do the same thing they're doing to you, to them, right? They in control of them. And they'll have two people, don't know what the next person's thinking, and they don't want to do anything to you. They don't want to help sex traffic. They don't want to be evil. But Neuralink has it in their mind that they have to. Right? And if that person doesn't want to do what they want, then they invade their family. So eventually they'll have like 100 people around you that they control, which is what they're doing to me. If you have this thing inside of you and you see me, I highly advise you to come straight to me and let me know. If I go to a law enforcement department, they do the same thing to them, so they can't help. They would have to come to me and they would have to work with me. Because Neuralink they know that the text messages expose them for almost everything that I'm telling you. And they don't want the whole story to get out because they look really, really bad. And they don't want the sex trafficking to go away. That's a huge part of it. They had an experience that they don't want to leave. And, yeah, so you know where I am. Well, you don't know where I am, actually. Right now, I'm in Orange County. I just came out here. Whenever I'm in Orange County, I always go to Garden Grove Park at night. I live at 521 West 55th Street for now, but I may have to come back out here and just stay in my car so I can try to help people as much as possible and get a 24-hour fitness membership and try to find people who are involved. Last thing. The way they get inside of you is through the phone line. I know it's hard to believe, but you watch the movie The Matrix. That's how they travel from another world into this world. Now that's the same thing as come from the alternate universe to this universe. They travel to the phone line to get inside you. The actual microchip that Neuralink talks about is a front, right? So they're inside of you. They're reading your thoughts. They're listening to you. If you're watching my story, more than likely they have your thoughts already. So if you think about coming to find me and you don't know where I am right away, just go get in your car, hold on to your phone, wait for me to post my location and go there, wait for night. Because they'll invade your family and get them to let somebody in the door, or they'll have your friends contact you and say, let's hang out, and have somebody walk into their house or have you funneled into another location. That's how it works. If you try to start a group, once again, they invade your group. So I have to be involved. I have to be involved because they're not doing all this to me, right? It's my job to stop them.